Hey everybody, Belinda Sandor here. Welcome to Lessons from the Cockpit. Today we're going to talk about how to use the super cool tool Streamyard. Hey everybody, welcome. It's great to have you here. I see people coming in. This is awesome. Come on in. And today we're going to talk about Streamyard. We're going to talk about Streamyard. So I'm Belinda Sandor. I'm your host for Lessons from the Cockpit, where I share both tactical and practical information every week. And these tips are for you if you're just starting out or you've been a virtual assistant for a while. So I'd love to see where everybody's coming in from. Yes, Cindy says chilly New York. I went out this morning and the chicken's water was frozen. So that means we need to put the heaters out there and all different kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's chilly here as well. Hello, Susie. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so Lessons from the Cockpit is brought to you by the VA Connection. And at the VA Connection, we work with new, aspiring, and established virtual assistants to help them build thriving businesses through our online community, our courses, and coaching. All right, so today we're going to talk about Streamyard. But first I'm going to introduce myself. So we've got hello, a wet England, chilly London, but not quite frozen. Yes, hello, Mary. Hello, snow here in Iowa. Oh, wow. Huntsville, Ontario. Hello, Mima. Good afternoon. Okay, you guys, great. Hello from Helsinki. Hello. I have to tell you, yesterday we closed enrollment for VA school, and I have to go back and count again, but at least half. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I think almost half are from way far away, very Trinidad and Norway and Switzerland. I mean, like all over the place. And we're welcoming them today in our orientation. So that's very exciting. And I bet some of you guys are here today. So before we dive in, I want to introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Belinda Sandor, and this is me and my little daughter, Emily, who's now 21 years old. I remember when she was that little and she would just let me pull her in. It was so good. And this was 2010 when I was just starting my business as a virtual assistant. And it was a pretty rocky point. I was not in the place that I thought I would be as I was turning 50. I had just, decided to end my marriage. So now I'm a single mom. I have to figure out where we're going to live because I haven't paid the mortgage for over a year. And there was a lot of stress, a lot of debt, and a lot of uncertainty. And as a planner and someone who likes to know what's going on in my life, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough to not know, but I was determined. I didn't have a job. I was having trouble getting a job. And so I decided I was going to go out on my own. So and the other thing was, think about, when faced with that much uncertainty and that much like that much to overcome, really, I guess is how I would think about it. It was hard to imagine having those meetings where you go into the boss's office and they're like, you did great. We're gonna give you a 0.2% increase. Like you could never really get ahead. I mean, that's how it felt for me. And I wanted to be home for Emily. So I decided I was going to do admin work. I'd been a secretary back in the dark ages when we were called secretaries, and I liked the work. I felt like I was good at it. I can type pretty fast. And so I just started telling everybody I knew. And I found my first client at the bus stop, the school bus stop. One of the dads said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Oh, I decided I'm going to help people with admin work." And he said, "That's great because I need to hire you." I mean, his whole face changed. I still remember it all these years later because here's why. I was the solution to his problem, right? I was the solution to his problem. We talk a lot about that in the Kickstart Challenge. And so he hired me, he trusted me, he knew me, and I got to work. And then my next client I met in the wedding buffet line of a wedding, standing there, holding the little white plate and chit-chatting with a man and his wife. I tell him what I'm doing, he gives me his card, and I connect with him on LinkedIn, which for some reason felt like I was asking him to marry me. And he connected with me, and then he found me a couple weeks later and said, "Hey, I have an event I need to do. It seems like you could potentially help me. What do you think?" And so we talked, and my first official discovery call with someone I didn't know, and we decided to work together, and we're still working together 12 years later. And so here, that grew into, being in business since 2010. So 12 years. I've worked with over 225 clients. And the thing that's amazing is that, and I didn't realize this while it was happening, but I came to this point where I thought, well, what has my business accomplished? And what have I accomplished in my business? And that's when I realized that I had generated over $1 million, because the first year I made $70,000. And then every year after that, for 10 years, I made $100,000. And so when you do the math, that's over $1 million, really working in my house, in the chair I'm actually sitting in right now. Same chair. Okay. So pretty crazy. And that's what I teach in VA school, how to do that, how to have that transformation. So here we are. I want to say today, but it was really summer before last, in 2021. This is my new husband. We got married, and this is our wedding day. And these are all of our kids. So there's Emily next to me, and then David, Charlie, Stephen, and Andy. So it's pretty exciting. And life is really different now. My finances are handled. There's no more minimum payments. There's no more, I could quote the date that all my bills were due, because I was just like working to the deadline of, paying the cell phone before it got turned off, paying the electricity, all of those things. And I feel like I can breathe again. Like, really, I feel like I can breathe again. And I get up in the morning with a completely different attitude. There were so many times I didn't know the term adulting back then, but if I did, I would just, how I thought of it is, I don't know if I can be me today. Like, I don't know. And now I lay in bed in the morning and I think, what am I doing? What am I going to do today? And I look at my calendar. I'm like, okay, we have lessons from the Cockpit, and then we have orientation, and then I'm meeting with 3 women, and, and so it's a different life. And it comes really from being self-reliant. And you're going to start hearing a lot more about self-reliance and its importance in building a business and building a life and taking control. All right, good. So I want to see what else is going on over here. So Cindy said, hello, Teresa. Hello. I love that you can connect with VAs from all over the world. I know. Sandy, let's see. Each time you tell that story, I think, wow, Belinda was discovered at a bus stop. That's great. Good day, everyone. Hello. Okay, so let's dive into Streamyard. Okay, so tell me in the comments, like, how many of you have a clue what it is, and how many of you are like, oh, that sounds cool. I have no idea what it is, because I'm going to start from the no idea. And I have to tell you, it was pretty funny this morning. I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to teach how to use Streamyard. I've done that before. I got that. And then I had this like stupid human tricks thought, do you remember Stupid Human Tricks from like Saturday Night Live or something in, I don't know, the 80s? And I was like, how am I going to be on Streamyard and show them Streamyard at the same time? Like, how is that going to work? It's sort of like, trying to take a picture of your camera. I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? But I figured it out. Okay. All right, good. So we've got no idea, only know of Streamyard from attending events. Okay. I have a small clue. Definitely have heard of a vague idea, but haven't ever used it, personally jumped in. Okay. So here let's jump in. This is going to be fun. I am on Streamyard all day long. It was the most terrifying thing that I could imagine the first 20,000 times I used it. Now I feel very comfortable, and it's really cool. All right. Oh, and Sandy says one of her clients just started using it. Okay. So Streamyard is a live streaming studio. and I'll show you, it looks like a studio. Okay. So I'm on StreamYard right now. So you see up at the top, it's like I have this banner, Lessons from the Cockpit and Live with Belinda, and I'm sharing my screen. So I've got this screen that you see right here where it says, what is StreamYard? That's actually on a different monitor, and I'm sharing that monitor. So what's happening though is simultaneously, I am delivering this message. I'm live on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, my Facebook business page. Where else am I doing this? I have to look up at the top. The VIP club, the VA school, like all of these different places. And so what's cool about it is that I guess you used to have to go live one place and then do this whole fumbling around thing where you can't even just start talking. You have to like set all this stuff up, and then you have to check if you're live and all these kind of crazy things. So now it's just much easier. So let me show you from the front end, and then I'm going to show you from the back end. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, good. So right now I am in the section called banner. So I'm going to show you, let me show you like I said, the front and then the back. Okay. So here's a banner right here. Okay. So here I have all these things that are already pre-typed in. And so that's how, when I say, call my cell phone, it's already loaded in there. Okay. Now let's do this. Let me show you how you can change the way it looks too. Okay. So here I can do what's called the bubble, classic, minimal, right? And the block. Okay. I can also do things like I can put the logo up at the top, which I never think looks great, so we don't do that. And then watch it. See where it says Lessons from the Cockpit up here? Here, let me get rid of this banner so we have more real estate. So here we have the Rocket Girl Show. We have the VA Connection, Rocket Girl Solutions, VIP Club. So I can brand whatever live stream I'm doing. Now here's something cool too. So what these are is, this is an image that's transparent. So I shine through. So the graphic is a rectangle, and it's transparent with the header up here, and then let the little Live with Belinda at the bottom. So that's how it works. It's really crazy. I can't even explain to you how long that took me to understand that concept. And then here are from the challenge. So you can just do it at the bottom. You can do whatever you want. And then here, I can change the colors. So notice this blue right here. I can change it to yellow. I can change it to white and blue. And how I did that was I've got the custom colors in there because I uploaded a square graphic that was the color I want, and StreamYard just, it makes it larger. It's very cool. All right. And there's also music, which we'll talk about in a minute. So, and then the other thing is, you saw me playing the bumper. I'm just going to do it again. I just literally click this video that's preloaded, and this is what happens. And when the video's over, I come on again. And while the video's playing, the StreamYard takes over the camera and it takes over the mic. And so those are called bumpers. And Mark, my graphics guy, created that for me. And he does a lot of them. And if you have been in the Kickstarter challenge recently, there's a 5-minute countdown. It's basically what he did was he created this countdown that, I have no idea how he did it. I tried it. I couldn't figure it out. And then I put it, and then I just loaded the logo and we manipulate it according to what we're doing, whether it's the campus tour or VAs and money, or whatever the session is. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Love the branding. Yeah, it's good. And thank you. And love your graphics. Yeah, I love Mark. I love Mark. Mark at rotategraphics.com. Yeah, so 50s and retro. Yeah, so I have the secret desire to be Samantha Stevens in Bewitched. So that's what that's all about. All right, so let me get rid of this overlay here. It's called an overlay. And again, I'll just explain what that is it's a transparent image And then at the top is the top banner, and then the bottom, and you can put anything in there that you want. And it took me so long to understand that. I was struggling and I couldn't figure it out. And I had some really old, they're called overlays, that really didn't look good. And then finally one day I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is just a transparent image. And I showed it to Mark and he just whipped all those out for me. So I have tons. Okay, good. That's why we like each other, right, Tammy? Samantha Stevens was my hero growing up. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now, let's see. All right. I don't think I really need to show you this but what I'm going to do is, okay, this is the stupid human trick part. I'm going to bring this over here. Okay. So this is another browser, and this is the back end of Streamyard. Okay, so I'm going to go slow. Now, I can't make this any bigger, so I'm just going to keep myself right here. Okay. All right, so you log into Streamyard. It's browser-based, which means, so you guys know what that means, right? It's just like if you're logging into your bank. And what's interesting is, well, it's not, because you don't, when you log in, there's no username and password. They have your email address. You click log in, you put your email address in the form, and then they send you a code, and you put the code in, and that's how you log in. So there's no username or password to remember, and the code lasts a really long time. I think until you log out, actually. Okay. All right. So let's just see. Hold on a second. I need to click this because, all right, hold on. This is the stupid human trick part. Okay. I need to, okay, good. I needed to get my notes up. Okay. So the first thing is, when you come in, these are the upcoming broadcasts. Okay. So you can see Lessons from the Cockpit is actually, we're in there right now. The Rocket Girl Show for Thursday, Cut the Chicken Chatter Mindset. Those are all live streams that we have scheduled. That's for next week. So what happens is Mandy comes in here and she clicks create a broadcast. Right here, you choose live stream or record in the studio. You click live stream, and then these are all the destinations. So I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I just choose, I'll say, this is my personal stream. This is the VA connection. This is the VA connection business page. This is the VA connection group. This is the VIP club. I have a test group. And the reason I have a test group is sometimes I want to see what something's going to look like before I put it out to 28,000 people. I just did that last night. I had a new graphic. It was the chickens. I was loading the video of the chickens, and I didn't know how that was going to work. So I uploaded it to the test group. It's private. It's a private hidden group that only, is anybody on YouTube? If anyone's on YouTube, can you please delete those comments? Somebody, let me see if I can do it. Somebody is block user. Somebody's, okay, I think I did it. Somebody is posting inappropriate things on YouTube. Okay, so then this is VA school here. Aunt Trolls, Cindy says, yeah. And then the Kickstart Challenge group, LinkedIn is here. You can see this is YouTube and this is Twitter. Okay, so I choose the destination, and as I create it. Now, this is where you can connect all the destinations. And I believe that for the pro version, you can live stream to 10 at a time. All right, 10 at a time. So this is where you add them. I don't use members. It's just really me. I could do that, I suppose, but Mandy just logs in as me, and it's not a violation of anything. So that's what we do. And then the past videos are all located here, and they can just be downloaded. So you can see right here, I was just testing this morning, trying to figure out how I was going to be on StreamYard and show you as well. Okay. So let's go back to broadcast. Now, any questions about that so far? Oh, something else. This is brand new. When you set up an event in here and you choose Facebook as the destination, it automatically creates an event for you in that group. That is new, and that really twisted us around for a while trying to figure that out. But what we used to do is we would create a StreamYard and it's actually really, really good because we used to create a Streamyard broadcast and it would post in Facebook, but it would be different from the event. And then we would have to go and get the link from Streamyard, and then we would have to put that link in the event. It was just, and mistakes were made because it's every destination, every place we're streaming has a different stream link, if that makes sense. Yes. So Cindy says, can I like that you can schedule events ahead of time. Yeah, it used to be you could only schedule events out a week, which was kind of not great for my team because they would have to, they're so awesome, but Mandy would have to do it on Sunday because because on Friday, we couldn't schedule the rock. We used to have an event on Friday. We've changed it around so it all works, but we used to have an event, I think it was the Rocket Girl show on Friday. So she would have to schedule it on Saturday or Sunday in order to get the link to put in the newsletter at 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So what we did, a couple of things. One, StreamYard changed, and now you can plan out way ahead. I can't remember. She told me some amount, and I was like, it's like weeks or maybe months. And the other thing is, oh, what was I just going to say? I can't remember, but it'll come back. So anyway, you can plan way out. You can plan way out, and that helps significantly. And then the other thing we did was we moved all of our events, most of them, to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that we could get everything handled on Friday. Okay, so that's what's here. Now I'm going to go into the Rocket Girl show. Okay, so I'm going to enter the studio. All right, so let's just look. So this is, I can mute, I can stop the camera, I can change my display name here if I want to. Now I'm going to click on settings. All right, so here is where you can choose your camera definition. Let's see what this is. Shift videos up for comment. You know, there's just a lot of stuff here that honestly I don't spend a lot of time on. But you just get all set up. You can have a virtual background. I don't do that because I have my wall. You can set up hotkeys. So you like, if you want to share your screens, you can see here, Shift S, share video, Shift V. So you can set up all different kinds. I need to set up the one that's end broadcast because I'm always like, where's the button? So that would be a smart thing to do. And then with guests, play a sound when a guest enters. You know, guests see viewer comments. I have that set up. So those are the settings. So this is sort of like you set it and forget it. You don't really go in there a lot. Okay. So now I'm going to enter the studio. Okay. So now you can see here what I'm seeing here as I live stream. All right. So this is the human trick again. Okay. So the first thing is I need to add myself to the stream. All right. So there I am. And then I can do different things, like I can present. So you can either share a screen, or I have a couple of slides. I have 2 slides in here for chicken chatter, so I don't always have to start running around looking for the PowerPoint. So I can share that slide, and then I can make myself, there's different layouts, right? So I can just be me. You can have 2 people if you have a guest. And then you can have like me speaking and then the other 2 guests right here, if you can see that. And then this is where I usually end up. And then again, you can have two people over here with the slides bigger, and then you can have yourself down at the bottom, or you can just have the slide. All right. So that is pretty cool. Now, when you guys make comments, and your comments are not going to show up because I'm actually live streaming on the other instance of StreamYard. But this is where all the comments all show up right here. And then if I want to use a banner, here they all are, right? So right here, ready for success. Here, let me go back like this. And let's see. Yes, you can see. Okay. You know, see you in the Facebook group, whatever it is that I want to put up here, I can do that. Now the brand is where I change what it looks like. So here's the bubble, here's classic, minimal, and block. I'm a big bubble fan here. This is where you can upload the logos right here. And again, I just never felt like that. I like the overlays better. All right, I'm going to just turn this banner off. so we can go back into the brand. Okay, so here's the overlay. So these are those transparent images. So all of this, see, you can see my wall here. You can see it all here. That's what these are. And once Mark made one of them, you know, he just kind of buzzed through them, right? And then here's the overlays for the most recent Kickstart challenge right here. These are where the videos are housed. And I'll just play it again to show you. So just by clicking that button, I just clicked it once, it played the video, and then here I am live again. And what's great is it mutes you, so the sound comes through really well. And if someone walks in my office and starts talking to me, no one's gonna hear. And then these are all the bumpers that I've made, or you can also call them intros, I guess. So here's for the newsletter course, the campus tour is being a VA for you, when we had the website masterclass. And then here's the colors right here. I can change the colors like that. And then, like I said, all I did was I created in Photoshop. You can do it in anything. I created a square image, and then I made it the color I wanted, and I just uploaded the square, and then the color comes in here and StreamYard fills in the space. So that's really nice. There's background music. I have not used that. I have not used it, but it looks like you can. Well, here, let's just play this. Right? So you can play music and you can put it in a loop. So it just keeps going over and over. And it looks like you can add music as well. You're just going to make sure you pay for it or it's royalty free. And then you can have private chat with someone as well. So if just, that's just like on Zoom or anything else. So let me just think. Oh, you didn't hear the music? You know why? That's probably oh, here, I'll do it. So that's because I'm not actually streaming over there. I'm streaming over here. So let me go over to music here and see if it'll play. You guys hear that? Okay, so I think that probably worked. All right, so yes, okay, all right. All right, Kakoya, good here now. Yes. So that's again the stupid human trick where I'm actually live streaming here, but I have another over here that I'm sharing, because you can see this is what it actually is, right? And if I stop sharing, oh wait, hold on, stop. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. Present. Where am I sharing the chicken? I'm trying to figure out where that is. Yeah. How do you make comments show in the screen? Well, what happens is that they show up right here, but no one's commenting. I know you guys are commenting, but you're commenting where I'm live streaming versus this is just I'm in a studio where there's no action. So the comments all just show up there, and then when I touch them, they come up. So this is a comment that's just right there. That's always there. And so like right here, I can do that on the other instance. So that's how that works. The other thing, what you can do is I'll make myself small again. You can invite people. You just give them this link right here. Here, why don't I try this? Let's see can I put this in the comments? It's not going to let me post in the comments. That's the thing. That's one of the things that's tricky. But what I could do is I can, when we do what's it called? In the spotlight. And we do those split screens where I'm showing videos. That's how we do that. I give people that link, and then they show up down here at the bottom, and then here, this is how I stop. I'm being so silly. Okay, so they would show up right here, and I would just click on them, and they would come in, and then we would choose maybe this layout right here, which is two people next to each other that you guys have seen, right? Right. Okay. Let's see. Oh no, I want to do that over here. Okay. So funny. Okay, so very cool. Yes, thank you for sharing this info. You're welcome, Teresa. Yeah, it is really cool. It is really cool. So all right. So before I switch back to the PowerPoint, any other questions? Let me do this. So I'm going to leave the studio. And then here, oh, I have to show you something else. This is super cool. So after we do the interviews, like we did one with Teresa a while ago, what happens is I have those all downloaded. So you can download the live streams. And sometimes when I make a video like welcoming everybody to the Kickstart challenge, what I do is here, I'll show you. You can do a create and you can do a recording. So you just record. And so I'll come in to Streamyard and I'll say, welcome to the Kickstart challenge. I'm so glad you're here, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll download it, and I can download it into my video editing software and edit it, or I can just use it as it is. So for example, those in the spotlight, what I do is we create a broadcast and we say live stream, and then I can use a pre-recorded video, and the pre-recorded videos, the past broadcasts will be here, and I just choose it, and then I tell it what time, and so it broadcasts whenever I want. So I can say in the spotlight with Karen, I can choose that, right? And then I say, where do I want it to, and I'll just put it in the test group. I'll say in the test group, and then when do you want it to start? And then what do you want to say? And then you create the broadcast, and then that gets scheduled so that you can play it anytime you want. Okay. All right. So let's not create that broadcast. And I think that's everything I want to show you here. Now it looks like somebody has an angry face. I hope that's not true. So if you're showing an angry face, tell me what's going on. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to move this. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So let's see if I told you everything. I did. All right. So we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about pricing. But let's go into the questions. So let me bring this back up. Okay, good. You're welcome. Would you say StreamYard, Kakoya, would you say StreamYard is easier or more useful than Zoom? It's totally different. That's a great question. So you'll notice the difference. Right now, it's like there's a wall here, right? I can see your comments, but I'm not talking to you. And unless you come into the studio, I can't talk to you. So Zoom is like being in a room together. And when I use Zoom, everybody can talk, everyone can participate. And so you get to see each other's faces, where like how I'm doing this now, I'm in multiple places at one time, and it's kind of like I'm broadcasting on television, right? So that's how that works, if that makes sense. I get this for teaching purposes. Why might we use this as a VA, or is it more for setting up for our clients? I never heard of it until I started the VA connection. There's really no reason to have it as a VA unless you're live streaming. If you want to be a VA and you want to, have a show like the Rocket Girl show or Lessons from the Cockpit, you can totally do that. I never was on camera as a VA ever. All right. So Deborah's not mad. Okay, that's good. All right. Jenny says, I had to run in the other room, and guess what my daughter's watching? Bewitched. Right. We love her. If you create a pre-recorded broadcast and schedule it, does it create an event in Facebook, or does it just appear in the stream? You can do either. And so when we schedule those ahead of time, we don't put it as an event. And maybe we should, but it just seems like it's so overwhelming in there anyway. It just starts. It just starts. Oh, good. Okay, Kukoya says that makes sense. Great. Or if one of your clients wants to use it, now you know how. That's right. That's absolutely true. Yeah. It's fun. I have to say, I was so scared to use this in the beginning. I wish you guys could have seen me. I was like, oh my gosh, I just, to go live I felt like someone was asking me to take off my clothes and walk down the street. That's how it really felt to me. And now I just think one of my coaches said to me, and this changed everything. She said, "You're just talking to your people." It's like, oh, okay, talking to my people, and so over time I just relax more and more, and I don't get anxious anymore when I'm doing this. I understand the tool, and it's fun. And you can delete a live stream. You can't delete it on LinkedIn. If you go live on LinkedIn, you are there forever. But every other place, you can delete it, you can hide it. And I've done that. I've started a live by accident before. uh, but that's where the test group comes in, because you can create a hidden private Facebook group and connect it to StreamYard, and do your thing. So let's talk about pricing for a minute. I just grabbed the current pricing for you this morning. So for free, you have the StreamYard logo is in your streams. There are streaming limits. I actually didn't look to see what that was. And you can put 6 people on the screen at a time. So that's really pretty good. So for the basic plan, no StreamYard logo, unlimited streaming, 10 people on the screen. Your live streams are recorded. You can use the logos, overlays, and backgrounds. You can do pre-recorded streams, and this custom RTMP destinations, I tried to figure that out once. It's kind of confusing. And then you can multi-stream. So you have 3 destinations. And then what happens that's different here is that I can multi-stream to 8 locations. And somehow I can bring another camera in. Again, I don't know how to do that. And then there's high definition as well. And that's the plan that I have. Good. Okay. All right. So let's see. I want to see what's next here. That was a mistake. Here we go. Okay. So any other questions before we go? I'd love to answer them. And you guys are probably coming in from all different places. So if you are coming in and you are not a member of the VA Connection Facebook group, please type the VA Connection in the search bar at the top of Facebook. Join the group. We're at 28,000 members. Very exciting. New people are joining every single day, and I would love for you to be one of them. So thank you for coming and checking this out. It's a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys next week, same time. All right, same channel. All right, bye for now.